Hi, this is Magda from wnetrzazewnetrza. In this episode, we'll talk about what everyone is doing right now, watching. We'll think about how we can combine this way of spending time with having a nice interior design in our homes. Most of you probably don't know this, but it just so happens that I studied sociology, and during my studies in one of the classes, we were presented with a study about Polish homes. The conclusion was that homes are divided into table-centered and television-centered. In table-centered living rooms, the table is central. In television-centered ones, it's the television. And although sometimes it's not easy to assign a living room to one of these two categories because both the table plays an important role and the television is very prominent, there are many living rooms where this division is obvious. And my living room is one of those because I don't have a television, so the second category is automatically out. Nevertheless, even though I don't have a television and I don't plan to have one, that doesn't mean I don't watch movies, series, or shows. And although my computer is definitely enough for me on a daily basis, sometimes it's nice to watch something with a bigger group, and then that small screen might be a bit too little. And that's why today we'll take a look at different solutions. First, I'll show you how you can nicely incorporate a television into your home decor, and then you'll see which solution I chose for myself. A television on a dark wall. A lot depends on your viewing habits, but if your television isn't on from morning till night all the time, you can expect that for most of the time it's actually turned off. And then it looks like a big black rectangle, which isn't very visually appealing. Let's be honest here, it's not an extraordinary form in itself. At the same time, it's undeniable that such a large black depth catches the eye and definitely stands out among other elements in our interiors, which are usually smaller or blend in better with the surroundings. So to take away the television's power to dominate the space, we can try to make it blend into the background a little. That means adjusting the background to match its color, and here dark walls work perfectly. Black is best, but graphite or navy blue should work too. And here's a tip from me. It's worth choosing a better, right? You really need to paint this wall carefully because dark colors, especially black, really highlight any careless roller strokes and any unevenness on the wall. Seriously, with dark colors, it's worth putting in the effort. And if you don't want to take the risk with painting, or you're worried that in the future it will be hard to cover up that dark color, although I think with good paints it's really not that difficult, then try using wallpaper. I once showed you a television against a dark black wallpaper that was three-dimensional and also interesting to the touch. You can use a similar solution in your own home, the television as a frame or among other frames. One of my favorite solutions for walls with a television is to incorporate it into a gallery of frames. When there's a lot going on and our eyes are drawn to various beautiful pieces that have sentimental value for us, or we simply like them, the television starts to disappear into the crowd. What's more, some televisions have an option to display photos or images in a slightly dimmed mode, so the television itself looks like a framed picture. Proper placement. Not every living room allows for this. It's a matter of a favorable layout. But a really nice solution is to hang the television on a wall that's not too much in plain sight. It could be a niche, it could be a wall around the corner, a spot that's easy to see from the couch, but not necessarily the one that stands out the most when you walk into the living room. This way, we can also kind of force ourselves to actually use the television only when we sit down to watch, and not have it on all the time during different activities. Television in a cabinet. We can also use different types of furniture to hide the television, both ready-made ones and, of course, custom-made ones. The television behind the front panel is completely invisible, along with all the additional equipment and wiring. And then you just need to open or slide the front and you can use everything. A projector instead of a television, I've already shown you this solution many times in different episodes. We can put the projector on a shelf above the sofa or hang it from the ceiling, and you just need to pull down the screen. You don't have to find any special place for it. The screen can even be in the middle of the room. We can pull it out from a storage compartment, it can be hung permanently, or it can also be hidden in a suspended ceiling. And I also decided on such a solution in my own place. However, I didn't want to mount the projector anywhere permanently. I knew we sometimes watch movies in the bedroom and sometimes in the living room, but with so much already happening in my living room, adding something permanent isn't ideal. Wasn't necessarily something I wanted to go for. That's why, when the brand Kiano reached out to me with a collaboration offer for their portable projector, Kiano Vision, I thought this was exactly the kind of product I was looking for. A compact projector that's portable, simple to set up, and easy to store. To actually be able to watch comfortably in different places around the house, I also bought a screen for it, which will be stored away in a closet when not in use. Because just like in the bedroom, I can take down a picture and project something on the wall, in the living room, I definitely don't have that much free wall space, and besides, the walls are pink, so it wouldn't necessarily be the best background. The projector has a built-in speaker and connects to Wi-Fi, so I don't have to plug in any additional devices. I can just open the right app and play whatever I want to watch right away. For professional productions where music is important, I connect an external speaker to improve the sound quality. The speaker connects to the projector via Bluetooth. The Kiano Vision portable projector is exactly what I was looking for. Thanks to it, I can watch movies with my whole family, have a movie night, and at the same time not permanently change the arrangement of my apartment at all. And honestly, I can't wait for it to be warm outside again because I'd like to organize an outdoor movie screening. Each of us approaches watching differently, just as each of us approaches arranging our home differently. You already know my perspective, and I'm curious about yours. Let me know in the comments if your living rooms are more table-centered or television-centered. I'll add a link to the projector in the video description. And I hope you're already subscribed to wnetrzazewnetrza, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.